All right, so the throttle cable does not go around the turn signal. Wow, one mistake after the next. I'll be back. Pushrod Fury. Okay, throttle cable routes behind the turn signal ear, through the frame, down under here, and in the throttle like splitting unit. It splits to the two carburetors and the oil pump clips into this little clip here. Whew. And then it goes to the carbs. So I'm going to reconnect the carbs and go from there. You've already seen me do it, so I'm not going to show you again. All right. Haha. A tiny bit of free play. Boop, 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 boop. Ring, ding, 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 ring, ding, ding, ding. Soon enough. All right. Coming together. Coming together. Update, Dodo update. Double checked. The throttle cable runs through here. So got that corrected. Also the clutch cable will run through here too. So we keep that in mind when we do the rest of the build. But anyway, got that corrected. I didn't undo the carbs. I just released the throttle cable from up here and laced it back through again. So there we go. All right, laid the wiring harness on the bike. It's all labeled out. Shouldn't be that bad. So I tested everything. That's the important thing. If you don't test it, you're screwed. Don't ever put a wiring harness on a bike that you haven't tested, read the full wiring diagram, spend 5, 6, 10, whatever hours it takes to do that. Because you put on a bike and you run into problems, you pull your hair out. All right, so I'm gonna get to work on this. I'm gonna lay it out and then I'll start plugging stuff in. So I fed the wiring harness through following the diagram in the manual. So that's correct. Now I got to connect everything. And you come up to the headlight bucket and this, I've seen people on other channels just go to town and like sparking stuff and just guessing. Bad idea. Never do that. So you can see everything's labeled, sometimes poorly, but everything's labeled. And I should be able to, if I can read it, neutral light, and be able to go through the whole thing and connect it all. So I don't have the instruments on, but so I can at least get the turn signals wired and the switchgear wired if there's a connection to it. So no sense in watching me do that, but let me tell you, if you don't wire this stuff, or label this stuff and double check the wiring harness, you'll go drive yourself crazy. All right, I'm gonna get to work, but it's gonna be a lot of me matching up labels to wires. All right, so I've been chugging away, matching stuff up and cleaning the connectors, and they're not perfect, but they're clean. WD-40 is great, dielectric, lubricates a little bit and cleans out some of the connectors. Almost done. These are for the headlight leads. That's a ground lead. And then we got some indicator light stuff. This is neutral, some other goodies. This green and yellow one, I'm not quite sure. Gotta figure that out since I lost the label for it. So I gotta deal with that. But everything else is pretty much connected. This goes to the main switch, which I don't have ready yet. I guess I could put that on. I could put that on. So I'm gonna get back to work. I'm gonna put more stuff on here and connect it. I mean, you don't need to see me plugging stuff in. Just checking wiring diagrams. Oops, wiring diagrams. And the wires. And the labels I made, I traced everything and making those connections. So it's just really important to take the time to trace this. I made a video on that. It's extremely boring, but it shows you how I do it. Okay. Well, the instrument cluster is a little jacked, but I don't know what to do about that. gonna run with it for now. It's got a little character. So I bought a new mounting kit here. It's got all new. Oops. It's got all new hardware on there. New dampers and all that stuff. And there. So anyway. Get that snugged up, and then I can finish up some of this extra wiring I just introduced with all that lovely masking tape labeling on it. So more wiring to go, tons of wiring in that bucket. Big reveal, electrical system demo time. So you ever stitch back together a 40-something-year-old bike? Electrical's a little bit of fun. So let's see where we are. Now we're doing this in selfie mode because all my cameras are broken. So the only camera left is the front, whatever you call it, rear facing camera. Okay, here we go. Let's get this all lined up as amateurish as possible. Oh, look at that. Okay, key is on. Boom. Headlights on. Okay. It's high beam's on. Low beam, high beam. I also, these turn signals are wired for running lights, and there's a connector for that in the bucket on the stock harness. So I've got running lights. Okay, horn. That's good. All right, let's look over here. Get you guys situated. High beam indicator. Oop. Turn signals aren't flashing, but they come on. You can see they get a little brighter on that side, right? On that side. Yep. And then let's check out the oil level switch. That works. I'm activating it here. See? Doot, 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 doot. Doot, doot, doot. Okay, so that's looking good. Neutral light, I don't have that. I don't have the wire from the neutral switch yet. So let's go around the back. Oh, I was probably running my finger in front of the camera the whole time. Oil lights, that works. Okay, now let's see what else we got. I'm just gonna hold you funny here. So you can see the light. There's the tail light. Brake light, brake light. If you didn't see it before, turn signal comes on, other turn signal comes on, over here, doesn't flash yet. So everything checks out. All of it works, unbelievable. And I've got it connected to a, if you haven't seen this, this is my messy shop. DC power supply down here. I don't have the battery in it. So, got that all set up. The only thing I need to prove out, neutral light works. Everything else is functioning as it should. Awesome stuff. All right, more to come.